Yeah, we got a little bit of snow over the last few days. We just got about maybe 4 or 5 inches last night, and we've gotten maybe a foot of snow in the last week or so. Well, I just want to wish you all a happy new year. So, welcome to 2018. Oh my gosh, I can't believe 2017 is gone already. What a fast year. It's a beautiful day outside, as you can see. Yes, I'm outside in my garage, freezing my butt off, but I want to give you guys a new video. So, I hope you get a coffee and sit down and enjoy this video. We are going to talk about the new year. Welcome to 2018. Oh my God. It's so freaking cold. I'm making a coffee to start my day off right. I do this every morning with my handy dandy mug. I just got a new mug for Christmas. I like plaid. Plaid is good. A little bit of cream and sugar in my coffee. So, you've probably had a busy year, like I did, and you're starting 2018 with a hangover, or you're tired, or you're sick and tired of visiting and cleaning the house, opening presents and stuff, and you're thinking to yourself, I need to get back to work. I need to get writing, I have creative ideas I want to do, all these things. So we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about it. Oh my gosh, I should have shaved. Oh, I'm sorry guys. I did not shave today. But, it's the holidays. You don't always have to shave. So, what about 2018 are we going to talk about? I want to talk about making new plans. And, if you've started writing and maybe you're hesitating a bit or you're floundering, I want you to, take this opportunity to refocus. I do this every year. I think everybody does this, where you make new resolutions and think about, what can I do differently this year over last year? As you know, last year I spent a good 6-7 months working on my novel that I've just released. Oh yeah, hang on. Commercial time. I have released a new novel. I will give you the link below. I'm writing under a different pen name for this one because it's not erotica. My pen name is Jason James, and the book is called She Stands Alone. It's a dystopian thriller set in America, and it's based on the premise of the war on women. This was a phrase I heard a number of years ago when I was a truck driver. I heard it on the radio, and they're talking about, this war on women, and it was during the debate on healthcare, and certain politicians of a certain side of the aisle didn't want women to have access to abortions or, reproductive services. All these restrictions were put on women, and people on the other side of the aisle said, this is kind of like, a repression. This is like a war on women. And I was thinking to myself, what would happen if there actually was a war on women? What if politicians, decided in order to get votes that they would basically attack an entire sector of the population? So I made this premise up where I don't want to say right-wing, but a conservative politician, misogynist, gets voted into office and decides with, sweeping executive orders and whatnot to take away the rights of women. They can't vote, they can't drive, they can't work, and they basically get turned into slaves. So what would happen if half the population were slaves to the other half? And we have, well, it's not really a story in itself, but we had I had to think of an idea of like, how can I tell that in a compelling way? So what happens if you have a misogynist president who, through executive orders, decides to enslave half the population? That in itself is not really a story, because I always think stories more about people. So I had to come up with, our heroes, and I came up with a husband and wife duo who want to resist these laws, and they have to try to find a way to survive without her becoming a slave. And her only way of surviving this is to get her slave certificate. That way her husband will own her and she won't be taken away. So it's a story about that struggle and betrayal, and people who you think are your friends aren't your friends. And it's it's a dystopian thriller. So it's set in an alternative, not universe, but alternative world where, you can ask these kind of questions like, what would it be like if this happened? So I think it's a good story. I really like it. I spent the last 7 months working on it. But as a result of writing this, I haven't been writing my erotica as much. And I did notice my sales have dropped a bit. So instead of making lots and lots of money every month, I was making less and less and less. So this year, I'm working on a new novel, being 2018. I'm going to be writing my novel, but also working on trying to release at least one erotica publication every week. Just a short story. Because I have a whole folder full of half-written ideas that I think wouldn't take much effort to finish. And so I'll keep my current catalog active and my author name prevalent on the new releases section. And of course, those people who buy something will sometimes look at your back catalogs and buy other books you have. So I will be trying to do that every week, releasing something. 2018 is here. We need to think about what to do. So what I suggest you do is start with like a routine. If you're new to writing or you're struggling with your writing, start 2018 with a plan. Say, every day I'm going to write 250 words, 300 words, or 1 page, or every day I'm going to write 3 pages. Because some of you are working full-time, part-time, and you have busy lives and lots of things to do. So make small goals at first, and then work from there. So I'm not sure exactly what your goals will be, but set aside time every day to write, set aside time to read, and to study the craft. I should set aside time to learn how to do videos so that I'm not stumbling my way through them. So let's make 2018 the year we all achieve our dreams. I've often said to people, you know what? No one ever said on their deathbed, you know what? I wish I spent more time at the office. People at the end of their lives always look back with regret, thinking of what they could have done and should have done. Don't be that person. Don't be that person who, sits there and wonders what I could have achieved. What if I'd only just followed my dreams and pursued that one thing I wanted to do? For me, it was that epiphany I had when I was a truck driver, and I nearly had that accident. I was thinking, what am I doing with my life? No one's ever going to tell you could be a writer. No one's ever going to give you a plaque or a name tag or something to hang on the wall saying, hey, you're a writer. You got to do it yourself. You got to just say, wait a minute, no one's going to do this for me. I've got to do it. And if that's something that you truly are passionate about, then you've got to take those reins, and you've got to take that step. Do it. Don't just talk about it. Don't be that person 95 years old, drooling on themselves in an old age home, thinking, why didn't I write that story? Why didn't I write that novel? I've always wanted to, but I was afraid. So let's not let 2018 be a year of fear. The best thing I can say for this year is have a plan, achieve that plan, and by doing that, you take steps. Write a couple hundred words a day. You know, maybe get a book on how to plot if that's what's frightening you. You know, but do it. Don't spend the rest of your life thinking about it, because no one in this world is going to give you a certificate to say you are a writer. You've got to do it yourself. So anyway, on that note, happy frickin' New Year. Let's all get down to work and make this an amazing year where we achieve our dreams and we make big bucks. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great year, and I hope you stay with me because I got more videos to come. Take care. Bye-bye.